Hello, I'm Rex Childhouse, and because things on the internet seem to lose their date references pretty easily, today is Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. As I said in a couple of my earlier videos on this subject matter, when I had my own homepage, one of my more popular things were my book reviews, and I had quite a few of them because I read literally every night, every day I read, and on a wide variety of subjects, and that generated a fair amount of comments. My celiac references, gluten allergy, wheat, rye, barley was another high subject area, and the other one was the tutorial videos I had for my accounting students. And since I dropped my homepage, have had a number of people email me and ask about what I've been reading and what I think of it. So I'm kind of catching up, and I'm going to focus on these guys here today, and there's actually three of them. I'm only going to address one in detail. But it says DK, it's DK Books. It says Smithsonian across the top, and then whatever the subject matter is. This one's firearms. DK Books, Smithsonian Firearms. This one here is DK Books, I think, and the Nation's Hangar. And it's better than the others, but it's not great. I'm going to focus on this one here, DK Books. Trains, Smithsonian trains, and I'm going to go through it in detail and give you some comments on it and tell you where it goes wrong. I have emailed, we get the Smithsonian magazine for political reasons and whatever else. I'm letting my subscription to that expire. I don't like the direction they're going off in, and even though they seem to have reversed course, it's probably only temporary. Anyways, I've emailed the Smithsonian and told them about the issues I have with DK Books that say Smithsonian across the top, and they say, we're not associated with the DK Smithsonian books, take it to somebody who cares. Well, it's really interesting because these books are in their emails and they're not listed as advertisements, so I don't understand it. I've emailed DK Books and I don't get a response. They give you a place to email and say we'll get back to you. So I'm going to go through some of the major issues with this book, but I will tell you that every time I pick up a DK book that's Smithsonian, that says Smithsonian at the top, I've got the same issues. So I'm going to run through these, and I'll probably put some of those in there. On page 113, and I had read into this and been annoyed by numerous things, and then at page 113, when I got to page 113, I just got sick and tired of it and started documenting it. So there's things before page 113, but my written comments don't start until page 113. On page 113, the description of two engines, which they have numerous engines, and I'll try to show you really quick, if I can get there really quick. On page 113, they have a massive amount of engines shown, and the descriptions on some of these engines, on two of these engines, where it says, hey, this is what it is, and I don't see which one they're pointing at. This is what it is. They're pointing to the wrong engines. That's like really screwy. That's just poor. On page 114, 115, they're talking about the Virginian Railway, and I don't know. I look at a map of the United States, and to the top of the map is normally east, and bottom is normally south when I'm looking at it. To the right is normally east, to the left is normally west, because I'm looking at it like this, and then I take it, so this would be, I didn't know this, but according to these guys, the port of Norfolk, Virginia is in the southwest portion of Virginia. Virginia is an East Coast state. The southwest corner of Virginia, southwest edge of Virginia, is in the mountains. But there's another issue, and it has to do with writing, and it has to do with where we're trending to go. There's a set of postal codes for states. For California, the postal code is capital C, capital A. That's postal code. Text code is capital C, small a, L-I-F, period. Illinois is, postal code is capital I, capital L. For text, it's capital I, small l, period. That's text code versus postal code. They're improperly used, even though I know it's going on that way. Page 169, I disagree with the word however. People throw however in and but in the start of sentences, and it's not properly there. It's when I used to do proofreading and editing for college textbooks for a couple of different companies, three major textbook companies, and the first thing I would do is do a global search on the words however and but, and usually strike them out and take them out. And don't start sentences with and. So proper, page 169, it kind of annoys me. On page 171, the arrows are wrong. Again, the text blocks identifying the blocks is wrong. On page 265, it addresses trains breaking records, but it doesn't tell you what records they broke. Well, okay, well, I had a bunch of 78s. My mother had a bunch of 78s while we were kids, and we broke them. We broke the 78 records. That's telling you what records we broke. We probably broke some 33s and 45s as well. I have no idea what records these trains broke. Why doesn't it tell me those? Technical terms, and this goes back to, hey, you know, what do people really say? How do they work it? And I switch on this one. But technically, that device where a train can come up and it can either go this way or this way, that device is called a turnout. Now, inside a turnout, there is a switch. The switch is the little part that moves, but technically the entire thing is a turnout. If you're writing a technical book about railroads and railroading, I think you should use the proper terms, i.e. turnout, not switch. I don't know how you spell because, but on page 304, they have it spelled B-E-C-A-S-U-E. I normally spell because slightly different. B-E-C-A-U-S-E, if I ran through my brain properly. There are several typos in this book. Electric motors, and on page 307 they have electric engines, meaning the things down in the axles that make the electric trains go. When you talk about electromotive diesels, diesel electric motors, like this stuff we frequently see around here in the United States, the stuff down in the axles is traction motors. They're electric. You don't have electric engines down in the axles, but this book has electric engines down in the axles of electric trains. Just absolutely poor. And the other thing is, if you're going to write a book on trains, in particular steam engines, you need to know the difference between injectors and ejectors. Injectors push things in. In a steam engine, you have injectors to push water into the boiler. That's an injector, it's pushing it in. In the smoke box, you have ejectors, and the ejectors take the steam from the power pistons and make another nozzle in the smoke box, and then they use that steam pressure being released. It's been used for everything it possibly can to pull smoke, to pull the heat, the air, the hot gases through the boiler, through the flue tubes of the boiler, and then out the smokestack. So, you know what? If you want a general reference, that's wrong in numerous cases, and poorly written, poorly constructed, poorly edited, poorly formatted. This is a reasonably good book. I received it as a Christmas present, so I'll probably keep it. If you want a really good book on how steam engines work, I would recommend something else. When it comes to DK books and where they wear Smithsonian, I don't think so. I would bypass them on any subject. As I said, I've got books on airplanes from them. I've got books on firearms from them. I've got, I believe, one other book somewhere in the library. I might have thrown it away already or given it away already because it had the same issues. Anytime I see DK books, Smithsonian, I expect errors. I have not yet been disappointed. My book review on this and the others, the firearms and the airplane books, yeah, okay. If you tolerate errors, I don't tolerate errors when I'm using reference manuals. It's like having a dictionary that has typos in it. That's like really stupid. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helps you pick what books you want, because if you're looking for gifts for people who know things, these aren't the books to give. Thanks for watching.